we're hanging out in a kitchen in Etobicoke. Some nice countertops, some nice cabinetry. Still needs a little bit of work, waiting on some of the appliances. Looks like a normal enough space. Take a step through the door here with me though. And as we come outside, you'll realize this is a shipping container. The folks here at StoreStack in Etobicoke say they're getting 2 to 3 requests every single day for shipping containers to be used for extensions on homes or to build entire properties. Now, if you're curious how much one might cost you, take a walk over here with me. This is a 40-foot used container, and used, this will run you about $2,500. Now, there's currently a first-of-its-kind project featuring 8 of these 4-on-4, going to build a 2,700 square foot home going into a neighborhood in Hamilton.
This is going to be 4 containers stacked 2 high, so 8 total containers with a walkout basement underneath. This is the first single-family residence in a major city in Canada.
These big red containers are soon to be retrofitted with glass sliding doors and windows. In a couple weeks' time, they'll be dropped into their foundation. All 8 containers will only take about an hour to get into place. Then the walls, electricity, plumbing, and all the comforts of home will be installed.
Everybody's watching how it goes because everybody's very interested in cargoture, as they call it.
In Toronto, this container, a residential addition in a laneway just off Queen West in Palmerston, is well underway. Plus, a proposal is on the table for a container home to be built near College in Lansdowne.
It also speaks to the opportunity for compact living and micro dwellings and even off-grid or sustainable options.
Industrial designer Jason Halter has been breaking down walls and paving the way as many cities slowly warm to the idea of container living as part of the urban landscape.
The fact that we are pioneering in some way demonstrates that once it's done, it can be redone like a precedent, and then who knows, the sky's the limit.
Municipalities like Guelph and Sarnia currently have bylaws prohibiting any shipping containers. In Toronto, there are no such specific restrictions, but any new build or addition would need to comply with both zoning and building code, regardless of whether it was a container or another type of construction.
On paper, it's not much different than any type of laneway house in this particular set of circumstances, just built out of different material. It's always going to be a zoning concern. Not necessarily with this type of material that they're building the homes with. It has more to do with how or where on a property it's situated.
Toronto City Council is currently reviewing how laneway housing will interact with zoning bylaws. Carl Cassell, who lives in this container space off a Queen West laneway, says this is the future of city living.
Like I said, they're modular, and that's the beauty of them. You can literally design your space, build it modular like I did here, ship it to a spot and drop it in place, structure in place, everything one shot. That really is the beauty of them, you know what I mean? Pick them up, move them, and it really is the future. It's just like we have to embrace it.
Now, if you go to islands like Jamaica or cities in Europe, modular living is simply a way of life, and back here at home, it could go a long way to helping our Indigenous communities. There's currently some drawings being done up here at StoreStack and by Jason, who you just heard from, our exterior designer, industrial designer. They're working on a residential project which will feature dozens of these containers on a First Nations reserve.